What if I told you that one of the most successful sitcoms of the 21st century almost never made it to television? That one star nearly turned down his career-defining role. Another faced an accident so severe doctors considered amputation. And behind all the laughter was a series of shocking secrets that would change how you see the cast forever. For 12 unforgettable seasons, The Big Bang Theory brought nerd culture into the mainstream and made names like Sheldon Cooper, Penny, and Leonard Hofstadter household legends. But the truth behind the scenes is even wilder than the jokes on screen. From hidden romances to million-dollar paychecks and heartbreaking goodbyes, here are 21 shocking facts about the Big Bang Theory cast you didn't know. Jim Parsons. The man who became Sheldon Cooper delivered one of the most iconic performances in sitcom history. He won 4 Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe, and international recognition. But the shocking truth is that he almost never accepted the role. When he first read the script, Parsons believed Sheldon was too unusual, too rigid, and too eccentric to work across multiple seasons. He thought audiences would tire of the quirks. Yet when he auditioned, producers instantly knew he was the perfect choice. It is nearly impossible to imagine anyone else delivering those rapid-fire lines, knocking 3 times on Penny's door, or obsessing over the right spot on the couch. Parsons' hesitation nearly changed television history. While Kaley Cuoco portrayed the cheerful and spirited Penny, her real life took a dark turn in 2010. During the height of the show's success, she suffered a devastating horse riding accident. She fell and shattered her leg so badly that doctors considered amputation. The news shocked everyone who knew her. Production had to move quickly, rewriting scripts and adjusting episodes to explain Penny's absence. For weeks, Cuoco was missing from the show. When she returned, the cameras cleverly concealed her injury, but behind the scenes, she was still in pain. What amazed everyone was her resilience. Instead of allowing the accident to define her, she fought through it and returned to the set determined to carry on. Few fans realized that one of television's brightest stars had endured one of the darkest struggles of her life right in the middle of filming. The on-screen romance between Leonard Hofstadter and Penny was one of the show's central storylines. Audiences loved the tension, the breakups, and the reconciliations. But what viewers didn't know was that off-screen, Johnny Galecki and Kaley Cuoco were secretly dating. For nearly 2 years, they managed to keep their relationship hidden, not only from the public, but even from their fellow cast members. They went to extraordinary lengths to protect their privacy, enjoying their romance away from the spotlight. When the news eventually came out, it shocked fans. When Mayim Bialik joined the cast as Amy Farrah Fowler, she brought something rare to a sitcom: real-life scientific credibility. Unlike Amy's quirky, socially awkward mannerisms, Bialik herself is a highly accomplished academic. She holds a PhD in neuroscience from UCLA, making her the only cast member with expertise that mirrored her character's background. This wasn't just a fun fact. Her academic knowledge often added authenticity to the scripts, giving her performance depth that resonated with fans. To audiences, it was fascinating to know that one of the show's beloved scientists wasn't simply playing the part, she truly lived it. Meanwhile, Simon Helberg, who portrayed the eccentric engineer Howard Wolowitz, surprised fans with a very different hidden talent. While most knew him for his bowl haircut, flashy belt buckles, and comic timing, Helberg is also an accomplished pianist. In 2016, he stunned audiences in the film Florence Foster Jenkins, performing live alongside Meryl Streep. This unexpected glimpse into his artistry revealed that the goofy engineer who once struggled with women on screen was, in real life, a multi-talented performer capable of captivating audiences in drama and music alike. Another fan favorite? Raj Kuthrapali, played by Kunal Nair, won hearts with his awkward shyness and thick accent. Yet Nair admitted the accent was not easy to maintain. Naturally, his voice leaned toward a British Indian tone, but producers wanted something more exaggerated for comedic effect. What seemed effortless on screen was in reality a demanding challenge that he carefully balanced over 12 years. The same went for Melissa Rauch, whose squeaky, high-pitched voice as Bernadette Rostenkowski-Wolowitz became iconic. Fans assumed it was her real voice, but it was modeled after her mother's tone. Producers loved it instantly, and it became Bernadette's permanent quirk. By the final seasons, success reached unprecedented heights. Jim Parsons, Kaley Cuoco, Johnny Galecki, Simon Helberg, and Kunal Nayyar each earned $1 million per episode, rivaling the legendary salaries of the Friends cast. Yet the end came with heartbreak. In 2019, Parsons revealed that the death of his beloved dog gave him clarity. It was time to move on. Without him, the show could not continue. And the universe of The Big Bang Theory finally closed after 12 unforgettable years. Throughout the series, fans noticed something strange. Penny never had a last name. She was the only main character without one until she married Leonard and became Penny Hofstadter. Kaley Cuoco admitted she hated this detail. She often asked producers to give Penny a surname, but they refused. The decision was deliberate. Penny was meant to be different, the outsider in a group of scientists. Keeping her last name a mystery highlighted her role as the audience's perspective within the show. Some of the most emotional moments of the series came from Sheldon and Amy's relationship. Their first kiss was a milestone for both characters and for the series itself. But filming that moment was deeply awkward for Mayim Bialik. Because she and Jim Parsons were such close friends in real life, kissing him felt unnatural. She confessed her nerves, but Parsons reassured her, and together they delivered a scene that fans still remember as one of the turning points of Sheldon's growth. The casting process for the show was filled with surprising twists. Simon Helberg nearly lost the role of Howard to Kevin Sussman, who would later play the comic book store owner Stuart. Kaley Cuoco was not part of the original pilot, which featured a different character named Katie, played by another actress. Producers realized the role wasn't working and brought in Cuoco, whose charm reshaped Penny into the character audiences loved. Even Mayim Bialik's Amy wasn't meant to stick around. She was originally written as a one-off gag in Season 3, but the chemistry between her and Parsons was undeniable. Fans loved her and producers made her a regular. These casting changes prove just how fragile television history can be. One of the most iconic running gags in the show was the broken elevator in the apartment building. For 12 seasons, fans joked about it, speculated on its condition, and wondered why it was never fixed. Finally, in the 12th season, the truth was revealed. The mystery was explained, and the long-running joke came to an end. It was one of the most satisfying payoffs in sitcom history, proving that patience pays off in comedy. Although Sheldon idolized Star Trek and particularly Spock, Jim Parsons himself admitted that he had never been a fan. He didn't grow up watching the show and often didn't understand the references he was making. To Parsons, Sheldon's obsession was simply part of the script. For fans who assumed Parsons was a real-life Trekkie, this irony was amusing. Beyond acting, many cast members contributed creatively to the show in unexpected ways. Melissa Rauch co-wrote an episode with her husband, Winston Rauch, focusing on Bernadette and Howard's relationship. Kunal Nayyar wrote a memoir titled Yes, My Accent is Real, which revealed his personal journey, culture shock, and rise to fame. Simon Helberg insisted on doing many of his own stunts, adding authenticity to Howard's outrageous antics. These efforts showed that the actors were more than performers. They were storytellers, shaping the legacy of the show. When The Big Bang Theory ended, many feared the cast would drift apart. But the truth is the opposite. The bonds they built over 12 years remained strong. Kaley Cuoco revealed that she still speaks regularly with Jim Parsons, Johnny Galecki, and the rest of the group. They continue to support one another, reunite for dinners, and celebrate milestones together. Melissa Rauch even admitted she kept much of Bernadette's wardrobe, joking that her closet still looks like the character never left. The friendships we saw on screen turned out to be just as real off camera. The legacy of The Big Bang Theory is more than ratings or awards. It lies in the way it transformed nerd culture into mainstream entertainment, the way it gave us characters that became part of our lives, and the way it inspired millions to laugh, relate, and even learn a little science along the way. Behind the jokes, however, were struggles, secrets, and sacrifices that made the story even richer. From Kaley Cuoco's near-tragic accident to Jim Parsons' emotional decision to leave, from secret romances to surprising talents, the truth behind The Big Bang Theory is every bit as fascinating as the sitcom itself. Which of these secrets shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden truths behind the Big Bang Theory, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe for more untold stories from the shows you love. Thanks for watching.